Okay, let's move on to the vocabulary, okay? Every time I think about my high school days, I can remember my damtengi on the first grade. And my damtengi has a rule. His subject was Gyoran, so it's more like physical education, things like that. And so one rule that he kept on demanding us to do was to go home after finishing writing down 10 pages of shit. So it's like not grade one, not white and this like that, but that's what we call Gengji, okay, Gengji. So what we have to do, we have to fill out the 10 pages of Gengji and report damtengi, and he approved that maybe I can go home or I should fill out 1 page more or 2 or 3. So that used to be his way of having us to learn something. And so our choice was to solve the mathematical formula on the paper, or maybe we can write down English words. Okay, I was extremely poor at mathematics, so I was kind of 수포자, and so I dropped the mathematics and I chose the English words that I'm interested in. So we used to sit together at the time and fill out 10 pages of Gengji. Some guy solved the mathematical formula. For my case, English words. So I kept on writing SPONTANEOUS and write like that. And again, like that, maybe 20 times or 30 times. And one of my best friends also did the same thing. Just look at it and staring at it and write down one by one. SPONTANEOUS. Kept on writing. The problem is that, okay, have you ever seen CNN? CNN. What kind of words can you understand? Hello. Yeah, hello, hi, and what else? I love you, and things like that. You know why? According to the scholar from English education, they talk about the vocabulary acquisition, okay? According to what they say, if you'd like to learn and acquire at the same time, at least you have to look at the words 30 times, hear it 30 times, and speak it up. So if you don't do that, you never acquire word. If you listen to CNN, and if you have a due problem with understanding about the words, that's because you didn't try to pick up the language like that. That's so simple. Reason why my damtengi asked us to write like that was, well, he had no idea about English education or mathematics or things like that. He just wanted us to write down something, fill in there, that's it. But that never works. So I kind of wonder, according to the scholar, what they suggest me to do is to read 30 times and talk 30 times, read and talk and listen. So that could be the best strategy to acquire a single language. So I need an environment to do that, okay? To do that. Talk, listen, watch. And the other thing that I want to point out is this one. If I say spontaneous, if you take a look at the IPA, International Phonetic Association, they provide the pronunciation like like that. And then if you look up, if you consult the dictionary, they say 동시에 will be the first one. So looking at the information, for the case of the spelling, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We got 11 here. And how about this one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So at least in terms of the unit of the information that you have to take, it's quite different. If you're just spelling it, it's more than the pronunciation. Okay? Let's say for the case of Tom, the pronunciation sounds like, if I put it like this, and maybe I can say like 사람 이름. If you take a look at it, the unit of the information is like 1, 2, 3 versus 1. So it seems clear to me that what I have to choose. If you were learning vocabulary, which one would you prefer? This one or this one? Just spelling or pronunciation? You have to think about this one. Okay, let's say I learn about spontaneous today, and tomorrow I met a native speaker of English, and in our conversation I had a chance of using that word. So while I did my work, and suddenly I cannot remember my pronunciation. So like oh, Tom, oh, by the way, I worked out the problem SPONTENOUSLY. Then can you guess what Tom will do? Like that, exactly like that. Sleep, okay? When we carry the information, what we need is the pronunciation, not the spelling. So that block your communication, okay? So that seems to be quite critical to pick up this one and pick up this one. So it's like one by one, one to one matches, okay? And so what you have to do next is experimentation. How many words can be best for me to acquire in a single day? To answer for that, what you need is the reading cards, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. This is what we call reading cards, 독서 카드. And in the experimentation, let's say this is the first day, second day, third day, fourth day, fifth, and sixth, okay? And finally the seventh. And so you can write down the words, write down the vocabularies that you cannot understand. For our case, go to the I provided the list for middle exam, the word list like that. And so I'm gonna read through the list, and what I have to do is highlight the words that I don't understand, okay? And then, like mansion and things like that. I'm gonna highlight the words which I do have a problem. And then, if you collect the words which you do not understand at all, then what you have to do is write it down here, okay? The reading card. So you write down the word, pronunciation, and meaning, and like that, okay? Like that. So the first thing that you have to do in terms of preparing for the middle exam for vocabulary, for words, is this one. Reading cards and collect the your unknown words and write down like that. And so on the first day, it's like 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, and 32 words, okay? Just to correct the words and write down here. And then, okay, this is the first day of my learning vocabulary from humans, season 2. So I can read like that. Vocabulary word is not a thing that you can acquire in the library, because every time you try, you became like that. Okay? Sleep, sleep, sleep. Listening as well. So then how you can learn about the vocabulary? This is the best way of, maybe one of the best ways of acquiring the language. Early in the morning, when I wake up, what I do is to go to the bathroom, okay? And so I look up to the first day's reading card, and I read like spontaneous, 동시에, spontaneously. So I go back and forth like that, okay? And then within 5 minutes, okay? Within 5 minutes, can you imagine within 5 minutes how many times I can read and hear and speak? For 5 minutes, at least I can do it 30 times, okay? Like spontaneous, 자발적인, gorgeous, 아름다운, gorgeous, and like back and forth. Talk, look, listen, okay? 30 times. So early in the morning, just wake up for 5 minutes, 30 times of talk and listen and look. In the afternoon, right after the lunch, maybe you can find a place where you shout or talk, and then for 5 minutes again, do the same thing. And at night, when you go home, when you watch TV, like if you prefer watching The Glory, because that soap opera is quite famous in Korea, or the advertisements are huge, okay? So they provide almost 5 to 7 minutes advertisement. In the meantime, what you can do, okay, again, the reading cards. So again, 30 minutes. So in a single day, what you have to do is do it for 1, 2, 3 times. Then you're gonna have 90 for simultaneously, 동시에, simultaneously, 동시에, okay? And so you do the things like that, and on the fourth day here, according to the researchers, they say that if you remember a word 3 days later, that will last in your brain for 6 months. And as long as you study English, that words might last for forever. However, if you do not remember a word after 3 days later, that's the troublemaker, okay? So that's what you need to care about. So on the fourth day, you can do like that and go back to here. And what you have to do is like going back and forth, okay? You put this one and read spontaneous, and this one 자발적인, and 자발적인 spontaneous. So if you remember that one, put it like that. And if you put this one, and if you cannot take out the Korean words, then you can put mark right here, and again vice versa, and things like that. So you may have a whole series of these things. In the library, as far as the words are concerned, what you have to do is this one, the review, okay? Taking care of the words. So you see, you found that you acquired A10, you acquired 910, you acquired, let's say, 20 and things like that. So that way, you keep on talk and listen and talk and listen, talk and listen and things like that. So at the end of the experimentation, you might find that right here 24, right here 25, right here 25. Then what, let's say, what you have to do is add up the your acquired score, okay? The total of your acquired score, and then divided by 7 will take you to the mean score of your best condition for memorizing the words, okay? Memorizing the words. So, well, that's it. That's all about the strategy. Let me give you an example of a guy who picked up the vocabulary wonderful ways. In high school, and I was not such a hard working student, and so I was hanging around here and there, and so I failed to be accepted in the university because my score was low. And suddenly I had a chance to try again. So I had to study for a year to apply for the university. And I studied in 독서실 with a whole bunch of students preparing for the exam or like that. From there, every early in the morning, one guy did a very strange thing. From the first day of living and studying there, early in the morning I heard a very strange noise. And I thought that must be a ghost. And so I kept on wondering why, what. And so one of the person there informed me that that guy, that sound is not a ghost, but preparing for the national-based test, and he want to be a lawyer or judge or foreign affair. So he was preparing for such kind of big test. And what he did at 4 o'clock, early in the morning, memorizing words. Okay? This is what he did. Every time he woke up, he grabbed his English dictionary and went outside. And he walked and read the dictionary from the beginning to the end. So this is the first page of the English dictionary. And so abandon, 버리다, 포기하다, relinquish, stop, and blah, blah. He kept on talk and talk and talk. And so when he finished reading aloud on the first page of the dictionary, he just pour it down and eat it one by one. Every early in the morning, he ate the dictionary, okay? He ate the dictionary and yelling and things like that. So we believe that he is crazy. He was crazy. You know what happened to him? 1 year later, he was accepted as the first Indic exam. And now he appears on TV because we studied together. I know him so well. The reason why I'm telling you this anecdote is that English learning, the best way of learning English learning is to be crazy about that. It's not subject like, okay, you appreciate and watch and nod your head. I don't think you will be the best language learner in the world. You have to be a child. You have to have courage to say, courage to listen well, and things like that. Try something new. Be creative. However, most of the students are quite passive in terms of learning. Mind if I ask you a question? No question, please. Question? Are you rich? No. You want to be a rich person? Yeah. How about now? To be the richest person in the whole universe, what you are doing now. And so I think you have a dream, but you do not, practice something to make your dream come true. Everyone would like to be rich, but the way they live is quite opposite to their dream. So dream is right here, and reality is right here. So that's why we see whole bunch of poor people, but we rarely see the rich man. What I'm saying is there is a part of the theory and there is a part of the practice. Imagine that I'm good at, I have a good knowledge of the baseball, okay? Then that will guarantee me to be the best baseball player in the world. Do you believe that? Are you with me? Do I look weird? To make a long story short, if you have a dream, you need to do something for your dream coming true, okay? I believe that most of the people would like to be the best language learner in the whole universe, so that's why they attend the Hagwon or study in the library. But as long as the vocabulary is concerned, you do not have to study in the library, okay? Get out of the library and yell, okay? Like the local idiots, two idiots we see in this campus. Questions? No question. If you don't have any question at all, so the whole point is